Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Hi all, today, the angels talk about the power of self-appreciation, and I'll share how this high-vibe space helped me handle a financial surprise with grace, flow, and ease. Tips included. Have a great week acknowledging your sweet self. Have a blessed and beautiful week, smiley face. And message from the angels. My dear friends, we love you so very much. Today, we wish to speak to you about self-appreciation, for in appreciating the good within, you also appreciate the light of God within. In appreciating yourself in even the smallest way, you acknowledge the love that sources creation. If you love God, dear ones, you must include yourselves in the equation because you are born from that love, sustained by that love, and co-creating with that love. You unleash divine love into the world with every good, kind, loving, appreciative, generous, playful, humorous, creative, or beautiful thought, word, or deed. You, dear ones, are the light workers. You are adding light through the smallest emanations of love to the world every day. You are doing and being good in ways both great and small. It is time to drop the illusion of false humility, time to stop focusing on your so-called flaws, and time to own and appreciate how you allow the divine light to shine. When you wake up in the morning, acknowledge yourself. I have chosen to come back to earth for another day. What a brave soul am I! When you look around your home, can you appreciate the countless little expressions of love you see all around you? Perhaps there's a stone on your desk that reminds you of a vacation. That, dear ones, is a touchstone of love. Can you appreciate the fact that you appreciate something so small? As you feel the goodness of your morning shower, can you acknowledge the fact that you are loving the warm water and appreciating its flow? You are sending a ripple of love into the world with even this tiny thought. As you inhale the steam from your coffee and feel its warmth, can you acknowledge the fact that you are appreciating, and therefore blessing, the thousands of souls who dedicate their lives to giving you this moment? You care. You are feeling a vibration of love. That matters. Self-acknowledgement is far from arrogance. You are not putting yourself above another. You are not saying you are the only one on earth who makes the best cup of coffee. You are not in any way diminishing another by acknowledging your own light, goodness, and gifts. In fact, the more you notice and acknowledge all the love you emanate, the more easily you will see others doing the same, for what you focus upon, you get more of. Not a single one of you said before this lifetime, I will come to suffer to prove my worthiness. I will try to make up for my flaws. I will work hard to convince people that I am good and loving on the inside. You have never fallen short in the eyes of the divine. A loving parent would never tell their child struggling at a prestigious but difficult school, "What a mess you are. Why don't you do better? Show me that you have earned my affection by being perfect." A loving parent would acknowledge the child for their choice and willingness to learn even in a tough situation. A loving parent would acknowledge the child's capabilities, resourcefulness, and ability to succeed. Likewise, your loving Creator sends you a steady stream of support and acknowledgement. When you appreciate and acknowledge yourselves, you are in agreement with the divine's perspective of you. When you criticize yourself, you are disagreeing with the divine. God says, you are perfect even as you grow into more. If you stood before God, and you do every day, would you say, I disagree? I am not perfect. I know more than you do, God, about me, and clearly I am flawed. Beloved souls, God is right on this one. Surrender to love. Acknowledge your own light. Turn the cheek and look away from your flaws as soon as you notice them and acknowledge your ability to shine even more brightly. In this vibration of love, you receive natural urges and impulses to grow beyond your so-called flaws, as surely as a plant that is given good soil and water will grow. We would love for you to take a few minutes a day, if not so many more, to appreciate yourself in any and all ways that you can. Acknowledge yourself for incarnating on this earth to be part of a massive and pivotal change in the paradigm of human reality. Appreciate the fact that you get up and go to a job, have coffee with friends, or spend time in silent peace because all that you enjoy contributes to the vibration of love. Appreciate yourself for seeking a greater love. You would not be reading our words here if you were not. Appreciate the way you gently helped a stranger, made time for a friend, or prayed for a world situation. 1,000 times a day, if not countless more, you strengthen the vibration of love on the planet. Dear ones, true self-appreciation is never arrogant. It does not put you above others. It is simply and beautifully an acknowledgement of the divine spark within. Every loving word, thought, or deed comes from the one love. When you appreciate yourself, you appreciate God. When you appreciate the love within you, you appreciate the love within all. As you focus on love, you attract more love. As you focus on your good, you attract others who will, too. Can you imagine? You can appreciate your talent so much that others enjoy it as well. You can appreciate your ability to do a job so well you attract clients who love your work, too. You can appreciate your loving heart so much that, without effort, you draw unto you a loving partner who will do the same. You can't just think appreciative thoughts. You have to sit and truly feel appreciation for yourself. For some of you, this will come easily. For others, you might have to take time, try out different self-appreciative thoughts, and feel each one until you truly dial into the feeling of it. It feels good, dear ones. It feels joyful to love yourself and appreciate yourself. It feels innocent and natural when you truly tune into this vibration. You can be as a child, dear ones, and view yourself through the eyes of love, appreciation, and wonder. In so doing, you will emanate love, attract love, and be the light that you truly are upon this earth. God bless you. We love you so very much. The Angel's message from Anne. Hi everyone, I had a huge moment of self-appreciation this week that helped me deal easily with a challenging situation. Usually, I have to be very intentional to set aside time for self-appreciation. It doesn't always come naturally. This week was different. Self-acknowledgement arose organically, and it felt amazing. As those of you reading these messages know, I nearly lost a loved one last month. I've been working full-time with clients and then overtime on the ETSE shop. All this vibe tuning practice has been paying off. I've been in a great space regardless of circumstances. However, when I took my car in for maintenance, I suspected I'd have to put all my skills into practice. Sure enough, my dear, sweet 25-year-old friend with wheels required nearly a very hefty amount to fix several really big problems: struts, radiator, transmission, mounts, hoses, and the list went on. I am actually in awe that she drove so flawlessly on recent long road trips and never broke down. Of course. I love that car, and she loves me right back. I knew the bill would be a big one, but when I saw the amount, I had a moment. I shut my eyes and talked to the divine. I want to keep the car for now, get her fixed, and drive her several more years, but if it makes sense to get a one, I will. What do you think is best right now? I trust you. I heard a thought rather loudly. Pay the bill and keep the car. I didn't question the guidance. I signed the papers and gave the go-ahead for the repairs. Then something magical happened. I started feeling really good about the positive, non-dramatic way I handled something that would have thrown me over the edge even a few years ago. I didn't freak out. I didn't feel sorry for myself. I didn't have a knee-jerk reaction and buy a new car without researching what I wanted. I felt appreciation for the service team, who has always been so honest and good with me that I trust them impeccably. I really liked myself in that moment, and it felt good. It felt empowering. It felt like I was being the soul that I am, just having adventures on this earth and trusting the divine to help me through them. I felt like an innocent kid again, joyous, free to love life despite circumstances. It was something else. Full of myself, I sat down and told the universe, I want this paid off easily in a loving way, in grace and ease, no matter what that is. I want to keep loving my life, my holidays, and my dear ones. I want to keep being a light on this earth and not dim it with useless worry. I sat, breathed, and received a huge download of love to the point that I was floating in bliss. In the middle of this bliss party, I remembered I had not balanced my books since early September. Wonder of wonders, I discovered that somehow one of my payment processing accounts had switched magically from making deposits to my normal account and had instead been making deposits to savings. I've been so busy I never sat down to figure out why the normal account was much leaner than usual, and as a result, half the bill was paid already. Feeling pretty happy, I remembered that I also turned a delightfully young age 3 months ago, which enabled me to withdraw from my old IRA without penalty. Woohoo! I'll refill the well later. For now, Spirit came up with the solution I needed in record time. Had I spent time wallowing around in self-pity or feeling bad about the bill, my life, or me, I would have missed the guidance, computer error, and the incredible help that I started receiving 3 months before I knew I needed it. Self-appreciation is a high vibe and a feel-good, wonderful space to be in. It is a natural, innocent urge to be proud of your accomplishments, both internal and external. We have been trained out of it, but we can consciously and intentionally indulge in those moments of self-acknowledgement until it becomes natural again. There's nothing arrogant about appreciating yourself. In fact, refusing to acknowledge your light is false humility. True humility is knowing all good comes from God. False humility is pretending to be small. You aren't. It is time we own our beauty, grace, and light, if only quietly by admitting it to ourselves. The world needs our sparkle and shine and loving vibrations. Self-appreciation, appreciation of the love, light, and beauty within is about as high vibe as it gets. You do so much good every day, even if you don't see it. Energy is invisible to most on earth, but in the heavens, they see every stream of light you emit. They see your kind thoughts like sparkles that ripple into the human pond. They see the waves of love emitted by an appreciative soul. They see the kind, caring vibrations as a loving glow. Your energy is real. Your love is real. You might as well give yourself a little acknowledgement and let it shine even brighter. Smiley face. Here are a few tips to help you give yourself permission to focus on self-appreciation. 1. Start small. At the end of the day, think about one thing that you thought, did, or said that added to the vibration of love in the world. It can be large or small. It can be as simple as picking up a piece of trash and throwing it in the bin because you care about our Mother Earth. It can be the smallest good wish for a stressed out person you saw while running errands. It can be a moment of appreciating birdsong or a moment when tired, you sat down and chose to rest for a moment. It can be the love you put into cooking and eating dinner. Any loving feeling, word, thought, or deed counts. Take a moment to really speak to yourself in appreciation, even if you do so in your own mind. Congratulate yourself for emanating love into the world. Imagine the light that you transmitted at that moment. Imagine that brightness ripping out into the world. Take a moment to appreciate yourself as the light worker that you truly are. Try to do this until you really feel a sense of self-appreciation. It feels like love. 2. Acknowledge and appreciate a gift or talent you have. Perhaps you have the gift of patience or compassionate listening. Perhaps you make an incredible recipe that everyone loves. Maybe you're helpful and handy. Perhaps you're creative or a loving parent. You might be a caring caretaker or coworker. Maybe you have a heart for animals and pray for them every day. Perhaps you have a great off-color sense of humor or a way with words. Maybe you create beauty in your home or like to inspire people. Perhaps you are the loving hub of a family. Maybe you bake great cookies, sketch beautiful designs, fix cars really well, or have a way with plants. All of us, no matter how great or small, have gifts and talents. Take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate yours. Tell yourself, you are really good at it. Think about how well you do something, and then take the time to enjoy the thoughts of how you are sharing love with life in the smallest ways every time you use a gift or talent. 3. Acknowledge and appreciate that you can appreciate others. If you have a really hard time appreciating yourself, try to appreciate others and then acknowledge how kind you are in seeing their gifts and goodness. Even if you were brainwashed into feeling bad about yourself or knocked down a peg to be humble, you can appreciate your kindness, your love and caring heart, and your willingness to grow. Trick yourself into self-appreciation if you must by looking for the good in others and then appreciating that you are willing to do so. 3. Speak kindly to yourself. Tell yourself often, you did that so well. Look at how kind you were just now in traffic. Look at how you are enjoying this music. You're such a good person. Look at how you just appreciated the beautiful sky. Imagine you are an angel speaking to your human self, acknowledging every little good thing. It won't be long till you're in a very high vibe, attracting more good. Try to give yourself permission this week to acknowledge the love and light that you share, even in the smallest of ways. Tell yourself, good job. I just added a little more love to the world. One by one, thought, word, and deed, we strengthen the light on this earth. That is something to feel good about. As you know, when you feel good, you feel God. When you acknowledge your light, you acknowledge the one light. When you allow yourself to feel good about yourself, you open to the high vibe flow of goodness, grace, guidance, ease, and flow. So next time you catch yourself in the act of self-criticism, stop and instead congratulate yourself on something you have done well. Smiley face. Have a blessed week. Love, Anne.